Hi, today we will be going through my entire Criterion Collection because I have nothing better to do. We will be going in spine number order. First up would be The Seven Samurai. This is the first one I got on Criterion Collection, and it's spine number 2. And it's directed by Akira Kurosawa, one of my top 10 favorite movies, and I would say it's his masterpiece. Next up would be Rashomon, another Akira Kurosawa. This one is still in the shrink wrap because I just got this during the latest Barnes & Noble sale, and I'm waiting for a time to watch it with my father. So I don't have thoughts on this one, but it's spine number 138. Next up is Stagecoach, directed by John Ford. This was the second one I got. It's spine number 516, and it is the movie that brought Westerns from the B-movie world to the A-movie, like mainstream Hollywood. Put John Ford's name on the map, and John Wayne, this is what gave him his stardom. Pretty good Western. Next up is The Night of the Hunter. This is my favorite noir, and for those asking, yes, it's a noir. I decided it was. It's the only Charles Lofton movie, the only movie he's directed. And it's by number 541, and has one of my favorite performances ever from Robert Mitchum right there, is the devious Harry Powell. Next up, we have Stanley Kubrick's The Killing. This is another fantastic noir. If you love Tarantino, then this would be inspiration for Reservoir Dogs. I don't know if he's gone out and said it, but it definitely is. It's non-linear heist movie, and that's so niche that you're not gonna not be inspired by this at all. I don't know, maybe I could be wrong. Spine number 575. Now we have On the Waterfront, Elia Kazan. I don't know how to pronounce that. It's Marlon Brando. Spine number 647, and the cover looks awesome. That good light. But the movie, it's well made. Marlon Brando is amazing in it. It's well shot. It just didn't really do it for me. Maybe I need to watch it again, but next we have just such a fun movie, Fantastic Mr. Fox, Wes Anderson, spine number 700. It's one of the best looking Criterion Collection that I have. It just all around it looks great. We can get the inside. We have more wonderful artwork, and it just looks fantastic. One of my favorite movies, one of my favorite animated movies as well. Just really fun time. Great stop motion animation. And we have another one I have not seen yet, The Umbrellas of Cherbourg by Jacques Demy, spine number 716. I watched La La Land, and these are just basically very similar, and this was inspiration for La La Land, and so you see where I'm coming from. This is a fun one. David Lynch's Eraserhead. Spine number 725. This movie is a nightmare. It is incredible. Nicholas Ray's In a Lonely Place. A great noir. A good Hollywood noir. That's spine number 810. I love Humphrey Bogart, and he's fantastic as always in this movie. And now we have one of my top 5 favorite movies of all time, Stalker, Andrei Tarkovsky. And this movie, there's so much to say about it, and it can be interpreted as so much. It's best just said, watch this for yourself, because this is a fantastic movie. My mind was absolutely blown when I saw it. I was expecting just oh, they go into some funny zone, be some weird sci-fi thriller. No, not at all. This was Here we got David Lynch, The Art Life. I am a David Lynch fan. Probably not surprising. It's just very interesting documentary about David Lynch and like his life and artwork, and has almost nothing to do with his movies. It's a movie about David Lynch and just David Lynch, not any like they talk about Eraserhead for like 5 minutes, and that's all you get when it comes to movies. Great documentary, one of my favorites. Now we have Stanley Kubrick's Barry Lyndon. This is a fantastic movie. Is some of the best cinematography I've ever seen in a movie. Oh wait. David Lynch, The Art Life is Spine $8.95 and Stalker is $8.88. It's 3 hours and 5 minutes, so when I was watching it, I had to watch it with my mom because of a deal we made, and I wasn't able to fully get into it because we split it up through 2 weeks. It was still amazing, but I didn't get like the full feel of it, so I'm gonna have to revisit this one soon. Next we have probably everyone's favorite movie that I have in my collection is The Princess Bride. This is a very nice book cover, and inside is the disc. It's spine 948, spine 897. I don't know if I forgot to do that. I literally just decided to do this a little bit ago. Great movie. Not much to say about it because like you've probably seen it before. It's a fun movie, almost infinitely rewatchable. David Lynch's The Elephant Man. This is another pretty great movie directed by David Lynch, spine number 1051. Great performances by John Hurt and Anthony Hopkins. It does a good job of like setting the scene of like Victorian London, and very emotional tale, very heartfelt. Now we have the classic Orson Welles' Citizen Kane. If you fell upon this video, you probably already know what this movie is, so I won't do much explaining, other than it's really good, and you should really check it out if you haven't already. It's spine number 1104. Now, last one, Double Indemnity. This is the best of like the classic noirs. That's since that Night of the Hunter is very noir, but it's more gothic horror, but it's still very noir in tone. This one is just noir, like noir on noir, I'll call it that. Classic noir, great example of it. Barbara Stanwyck is delightfully devious. Directed by Billy Wilder. Billy Wilder is one of my favorites. I just recently watched Sunset Boulevard, and that was one of the best noirs I've seen. It's second best. Again, it's noir in tone, but it's not noir and noir. It's like, it's different than just straight up noir. This is spine number 1126. Those are all my Criterion collections. I just found about them earlier this year, and I think it's 17, 18 in total. Yeah, that's all. Bye-bye.